Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back baby with another banging video. So, if you're new or returning and you haven't subscribed as yet, like hell, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. Do all you need to do on this video to support your girl, honey. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about critics going off on Kim Kardashian. I see people from Homeland Security, because Kim is talking about the aggressive mass raids in the state of California. And it's not just California. I always say that, but it's in LA. And I see a lot of people telling Kim Kardashian to shut her mouth. And I cannot understand why it is that someone who is as mentally unill as Ye can be on the internet talking all sort of sense, declaring violence against all the various communities, and people are lobbying for him to have his freedom of expression. But when it comes to Kim Kardashian, who has been actively involved in prison reform, someone who was born and bred in California, why are people telling this woman to shut up? And she has her right. It is her constitutional right to say whatever she wants to say. But equally, it is also the right of the people to retaliate to that however they see fit. But what I find it, and as the day passes, my eyes are, opening more to the disparity that exists between Kim Kardashian versus everyone else. And I realize something is going on. Kim Kardashian has done a lot of ish over the years. She has been caught in the center of a lot of controversies, so too as someone like KanyeWest. But at the same time, I don't get why it is that Kim is not entitled to her freedom of opinion or expression, and people sees that as something for her to, shut up. Even someone from Homeland Security, I'm going to get specific with the details in a second, is saying that, oh, Kim, how many of these child, aggressors do you want to see in your community? How many of that do you want to see in your community? And the fact and the focus of Kim's intention, because she works in prison reform, people think that she's saying, let all these criminals have their way, let all the criminals do what they want to do. And that is not what the girl is saying, because I've seen interviews with Kim saying that there was a time and point when they could go downtown LA and, it would just be a nice place for them to be. But downtown LA has changed so much. It is consistent, violence that you don't even want to go into those areas anymore. So Kim Kardashian, in all honesty, she has been speaking out against everything that is just not right for the country and the community. You can say, but she bears her skin, she bears her naked body, she has made life off of a sex tape, she has done it, and so too has quite a few other people. However, I find it to be consistently highly hypocritical of the internet, not everyone, because I see that a lot of people were warmly receptive to what she's saying. And while many people were saying, you were promoting Elon Musk, but we're now happy that you've woken up to realize the problem that has caused. So a lot of people are reasonable in their arguments, and a lot of people have been fair in their debates. But for the most part, I've seen people going on this woman, going at her as though she's always wrong. And no one can always be wrong. That's like impossible. So the mere fact that Kim Kardashian is always wrong, it's saying that there's a problem. The problem is people. People don't know how to give due justice anymore. Kim has used her platform to do and say a lot of dangerous things, but this is not one of them. this is Kim Kardashian, even though I think someone created that entire, post for her, and that is okay. But Kim Kardashian has been working on prison reform programs. And when you look at these prison reform programs, they include a lot of migrants. And if Kim Kardashian has been using, herself, her own money, because people think that this woman doesn't have money, but irrespective of the fact that people think she doesn't have money, she has been spending good money doing a lot of things. Kim has done a lot of messed up things, I agree, but when she's doing good, I think that the good needs to be commented, the good needs to be highlighted. And it's not just for Kim Kardashian, it's just for anyone who is trying their best to make a positive change. So I find it to be highly dangerous, highly hypocritical of people telling Kim Kardashian not to have a voice, not to have a say, not to use her platform while they're doing the same thing. And when Kanye was throwing all his dangerous missiles on the internet, people are saying Kanye should be entitled to his freedom of expression. So why should Kanye have the right to express himself freely and Kim Kardashian not entitled to the same right? Like, we're talking about people here. So is there any truth on the internet anymore? And if so, just how much of the internet is honest, fair, and factual? And this is why I'm paying close attention and I'm taking notes, because I realize that even if you're doing the best, even if you're doing the right thing, when people don't like you, they just don't like you. And when people don't like you, even when you're doing your best, even when you're doing the right thing, they will ruin you for absolutely no reason, while enabling people like KanyeWest to cause chaos, violence, and promote hate against the different communities and on social media in general. And behaviors like these are highly dangerous. Let's be careful who we enable and the behaviors that we enable on social media. Because after all, if you're not paying attention and if you're not taking notes, who's going to inherit everything you plant today? Your children and your children's children. And then you're going to say the government did this. The government did that. But are you going to acknowledge and take accountability for the role that you have played in the society that you're leaving behind for your children and their children? And we have to be conscious. We're not going to always get it right, but like hell, we should get it at least right a lot. So you cannot be enabling and enforcing dangerous behaviors like KanyeWest, but shooting down something that is positive and meant to be helpful and directly positive, impactful to people and society when Kim says it. Even if it's the first time she's saying it, even if she has done something in the past that is unsavory, the mere fact that she's involved in prison reform programs, and we see those people that are on those prison reform programs, we know who's the minority that's behind bars. And if she has been doing all of that work all along, who is anyone to tell this woman to shut up about what is going on in her state and her community, while the same people enables Kanye toxic behavior, Kanye's toxic, dangerous behavior? Let's be careful of the things that we're leaving behind for our children and our children's children to inherit. People should be allowed to express themselves once they're not promoting harm, threats, or any sight of danger to anyone. And I did not see that in Kim Kardashian's post. So if it's someone from, if it's a secretary from Homeland Security telling Kim Kardashian about, oh, the criminals, the this, the that, the that, the that. That has long existed before Kim Kardashian. You can use all the rhetorics that you want to throw missiles at her, but those things have existed long before Kim. And what Kim is doing is that she believes in reform to end a deadly toxic cycle, because that is what prison reform should be about. When someone goes to jail for a crime, they should be given all the tools and resources and support that they need, so that when they come back out into society, they are a better product and a better version of who and what they were before they did the crime that landed them behind bars. But you see, everyone wants a peaceful world, but not everyone is willing to let that start with them. All I see every day is people promoting chaos, crime, violence, and they think that they're not doing it because they're just using their words. They're just using their keyboards. But if you're not a part of the solution, you bet your ass you are a part of the problem. And when we do these things on social media, you best believe our children and our children will reap the bitter or sweet rewards of our actions, words, decisions, and the things we post today. And that's all I'm going to leave with y'all for this video. Peace.